G'day and welcome to Let's Try Orwell. Welcome, you've been accepted into Orwell. Please create a profile. Create? Congratulations, you've been selected for the Orwell test phase. Please create a profile. Ooh, well. I mean, only one of these people has a decent beard, so I'm gonna go with that. Next step. You may now enter your email address. Email address optional. I am going to skip that, thank you very much. Since I am recording something, I ain't gonna show all of you lot my email address. Even though you could probably look it up. Something about laws of the nation. Thank you for ensuring the safety of the nation's people. Your registration is now complete. Okay. Freedom Plaza, April 12th, 2017, 7:48:44. Someone's running. Searching for these people, uplinking database, no record found. Nothing sus about that, right? It definitely shows, hey look, this is a surveillance state. Hey look, we're gonna be looking through cameras. And obviously something's about to go wrong. Are multiple people running? Searching for this lady. Searching for that lady. Police record found. Does that mean that only people with a police record are in there? Which means they've had some contact with the police, not necessarily that they are guilty of a crime, which is why I didn't say criminals. Alright. Pop. And thanks for that, GOG Galaxy. You just stole focus from me. Okay, what do we got? The clocks were striking 13. Episode 1, and I saw that in the achievement says, online. You're online, good. Call me Symes, I'll be your advisor on Orwell. Together we'll form the first and last line of defense against terrorism. For this test phase, you're one of the first people to try out the Orwell system under real circumstances, selected from thousands of applicants from across the globe. Normally, congratulations would be in order, but as you can see from that footage, there's been an incident, so let's get started. I've activated the Reader tool for you. Its purpose is storing bookmarks to online websites and documents for easy access, and to highlight when there's new information to be investigated. First, I want you to be informed of the situation. Our leading newspaper, the National Beholder, will bring you up to speed. Okay. Feel free to browse it. I've activated profile. Open the unknown person file once you're done. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial, kills 3. And then a, dating ad. I love that, you've got, this is the same style but within the art style of the game. That's quite great. Stelligan University. TNA. Boston. 3 people killed, 5 severely injured, 3 letters, and then negotiations in Triflith, and 100 grey shadows. Let's see. 7:50 Wednesday evening, explosive device detonated. According to official police reports, 3 people killed, at least 5 bystanders completely severely wounded. Memorial completely destroyed. I should stop recording these so late. Confirming the explosive device homemade, triggered from short waveways using cell phone signal. And several hours earlier, an anonymous letter was sent with the first 3 stanzas of the German folk song Der Gedanken sind frei. The thoughts are free had reached the authorities. The Prime Minister, Boston Prime Minister, interesting, immediately issued a public press statement firmly condemning the assault, putting the nation on high alert until the perpetrators have been brought to justice. Okay. So, Unknown person. Profiler holds information. All the people we have to investigate. The file you've opened is for our main suspect. Blue-haired woman that the CCTV image shows before the assault is no stranger to the police. Take a look at the arrest record. Okay. How? You're not giving me anything. Okay. Aha. Arrested in July. Assault on a police officer. Highlighted elements in the record of piece of data able to be extracted. We call these elements data chunks. Drag and drop all data chunks from the police database into a profile to update them from our server. So this, bonk, we don't even need to drag it to the right thing. Okay. Then we have suspect was arrested on site after Officer Franklin had been struck by an unknown object and become unresponsive. Protesters at the origin of the assault were forcibly moved. Well, the suspect was found kneeling and weeping on the ground. When asked to lay on the ground with her hands behind her back, the suspect cooperated immediately. So she is, I'm suspecting, was in a relationship with him. I don't know. We moved that. All those were the highlighted things. Upload complete. Assault. Okay, pictures and names are crucial for Orwell to identify a person. Information documents can only become a data chunk when it can be clearly assigned to a target person. Add the reason for Miss Watergate's prior arrest to the info that has been unlocked. We will need this info to progress. So, bonk. Related documents found. Good, you found that. We got new document we can get at. Good. Could I ask you a question? Do you believe in coincidence? I do not. Find data revealing that where she attacked a police officer and you'll see what I mean. Okay. So if we go back to Rita. Is this woman a terrorist? Already out. Allegedly injured a police officer. Trial scheduled for August. Rampage at Freedom Plaza. She's an artist by profession. Same location as the assault, and turns up there right before an explosion. Surely not a coincidence. As you know, she's still running around freely. We should find out why and get more background information. She's an artist. Asked her fans to show up. Oh yes, one who does street art by blowing memorials to pieces by any chance. Found another document. Before we go on, let's clarify your job and how it affects mine, shall we? You've extracted all the info I already knew about Miss Watergate. Starting now, I'm going into this case blind. The Orwell Ethical Codex dictates that investigators like yourselves are the only one allowed to access the documents of target persons. Now, advisors like me only get to see the data provided by investigators. We'll then draw conclusions and request actions. Your primary job is to provide information you deem important and never give away incorrect or misleading data. You may hit disable on a data chunk you do not want to pass on to Orwell. However, some data chunks might be necessary to progress on the case. Okay, so welcome here. Colorful inhabitant of Wonderland behind the rainbow. Finally found the art to quit my day job to focus on my art career. Here's the latest works. Interesting. We should find out what that job was. For love of furball. The businessman's forgotten daughter. Daughter of entrepreneurs. Victim of traditionalism in pink. What do you think? For my darling. So was in a relationship. Yeah, in a relationship. Let's do that. Definitely the only family I need. So she's estranged from her family. I guess we'll do this. I think that will help us surface an account. A chat handle, and now, okay, listener. Let's just do that. Okay. Let's just check this. If we look at headlines, do we have anything else? Nope. Listener. Unknown person. Recording started. Hey, Jesse. Can't seem to find my credit card. I assume you took it, right? You got me, Sherlock. Hey, you, right. I'm in the middle of Boston buying all of Boston with that platinum card I listed from your deck. Can't stop me now. Well, luckily for you, I don't mind you going on a splurge as long as you pick up some wine for dinner. Yeah, that is clearly, not how I'm going to put that. Watch is Joseph Langley, my fierce attorney. Okay. You have a profile for a related person. Suddenly we're starting to keep profiles on people. Even so. Okay. Business call from one of his favorite ones. Very serious business. One bottle of wine. She's a lightweight. So, yep, flirting with her lawyer. But I suspect, yes, her relationship with Joseph is the big pharma. Becomes pharmaceutical entrepreneurs. When are you going to tell them about us? Wait, that does ring a bell, eh? Maybe. Okay. Reader. So, I mean, this is definitely procedure closing raises this. A malicious injury has been dropped due to lack of evidence. The accused parents might have done that. Case closed due to lack of evidence. All informs me just encountered conflicting data chunks. Whichever one of these are at odds, those we shouldn't have conflicted. When you extract one, So clarify the context before you do so. Suspect's lawyer welcomes this outcome. Video evidence depicting them, which eventually turned the tide. Wealthy family of the accused, the victim, I see. Interesting. And then if we look at what else? Does this show anything new? Because I keep seeing that, or is it just that we haven't read these other things? Products. Okay, so this is the company. They do mood. Yep. I mean, they do a whole bunch of different drugs. Bruno Watergate is the CEO. And Alice Watergate is the head of R&D. Cassandra Watergate is the junior COO who has... That was her previous job, I guess. An artisan COO, she had quite a dull job. She left it. And I guess we can do that as well to say, yeah, she is the daughter of those people. Keeping it a family affair, yeah. Crime rate continues to drop. Okay. New article. It's here. Okay, never have so few crime statistics been, according to the Minister of Security. Implementation of the safety bill. Safety bill is what? Right, this would probably be this initiative that we are part of. Also strict regulation. I feel like this is, mostly bullshit. Alright, and sent into the neighboring region, upholding law. Yeah, okay. Alright. Fine. What am I trying to find out? I guess I can go listener, no. People. Okay, current objective. Find the reason why it was closed. Find info on the previous job. I thought we did find info on that previous job. Right, yep. So can I actually look into other profiles? Reader Insider. We're not there. Home. Right, bookmarks are there. Company, yes. Jobs. Does this say anything? Urgency, looking for a COO. Aha, yeah. So that is where it actually does say she is formally that. Maybe I was wrong and nothing, citizen family. Ouch. Probably what she meant by quitting her job. Yes, I suspect she did not have all of those requirements. Also, research intern. Undergraduate. And, okay, at least they don't, like, have the bizarre thing of trying to get people to pay for interns. Party is that. Alright, that's where we saw this stuff. Okay. So, we've got one of our objectives. If we then go to the case, we have to decide. Nope, I guess it's back here. We have to decide which we think. Do we think it was closed due to lack of evidence, or do we think that it might have influenced it? So, I mean, I do think that it's probably both, but I'm gonna try this one. Okay. So I figured. Pity CCTV didn't actually help. Maybe it will today. Currently, I'm thinking that Miss Watergate underwent quite a radical change. Don't you agree? Let's find out what happened between the two lives of hers. What may have caused this radical shift? A timeline. So her birthday is then. Interests we can put up. She likes. Alright, so this is her Twitter. Art, music, activism. What a lineup. First day in freedom, far away from that. Who's going to pay for your stuff now? Mummy and Daddy won't like this. That's already got me a lot of money, more than enough to pay for all my bills. Are you sure? So this is March. So let's go back to the start of her timeline. So, 2016. Having an amazing time with this shopping tour with Mary, my best friend of all times. Okay. Just discovered a hot new band. Okay. Cause this, I don't think that's really that relevant. Our little activist group. Okay. Concert was amazing, so amazing. Just had to give my hair a little makeover. And Mary's like, why did you do that? We could have gone together. Whole new you. Okay. I mean, that makes sense to have there. It is interesting. Activist group. Is there anything more specific? Case closed. Okay, we've shown to the world that this dirty surveillance machine only exists to intimidate and mislead people into believing false promises. Okay. Totally write an article on our blog. Beholder actually wrote about me being freaking redeemed with this shit. But surprise. Yep. And she has a date. She's in a relationship with Joseph Langley. Not a member. I mean, that was pretty obvious, but I guess. Relationship with her lawyer, yes. Despised puppets of the state finally managed to destroy us entirely. That's still on the 29th of January. What happened on the 29th? That's quite a gap, actually. August to January. What happened? Just shut your mouth and not... Okay. So this is like, hey... So between April and January, she got really ticked off with Mary. Why? Good question. And in March, she's back at... no, in March she quit. So what happened on the 29th? I guess... Can we see anything here? Wait. Safety bill. Safety bill. Yeah, no, none of that is relevant. But, I mean, why... Participate. Join the army. Join the navy. Projects is... That's all... Oh, right, no, that's in both places. People... He's the Prime Minister. Arthur, yeah. Catherine Delacroix. And Peter Faulkner. Yeah, I know that. I looked at them. And position, safety and security. Right. That's all good and everything. But what I'm trying to work out is what happened on the 29th. So she's a painter. That's not an actual location. I'm just gonna say disable. Silly robot. That's it. There's no further things to select on there. So what happened in January? Okay, so she got invited to a group. Oh hey, there's another one. Hey, did you hear about the Freedom Plaza bombing? Yeah, don't remind me. You know I have a history with that place. Come on. Already fucking me up. Enough that I have to catch a bus from there every day. Too many bad memories. Now I was there just moments before that. So yeah, never should have gone to that damn protest. Don't have to justify yourself. Huh. Could be a coincidence after all. I'll reserve my thoughts until you find more evidence. So happy when Goldfels accepted me. I thought, Into thought. Activist group. And yeah, who's Goldfels? We should find something that shows her current attitudes. And yeah, like, you're not a terrorist, okay? Ain't I? You sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We would never have been wrongfully indicted. And we would never have met. Ka-ching! I see. I hope you like Chateau Margaux. Great, so you've decided to bankrupt me. Yes, sir, always ready to pull the money out of innocent pockets. I'm enjoying this, right? It has that like investigative feel. It is kind of oddly mechanical, but hey, I've got the good stuff. I love wine. We got a actual achievement for hearing this part. Got an important appointment tonight, surprisingly out of schedule, and I can't postpone it. You always have an appointment, yada yada yada. She's had a pretty bad day. I can understand why she's so annoyed by this at this point. Have you taken your methadone? on drugs. What is that? Can you look that up? Ugh, that's okay. And then products, methadone, antidepressant. Might be emotionally unstable if she's reliant on medication. Oh, you dickhead. So we still don't know what it is that happened in that time frame. Yep. Access, yeah, sure. Phone calls for text speed. Thank you. I would like that to be more faster. Okay. Okay, there's that. So it has to be, no, we can, right. So if I do Joseph Langley, and I, for example, were to go to, not Cassandra's timeline, but Cassandra's port, I can't pull that in. Interesting. Alice Watergate. Member of Thought. Yep. Okay, if I were to go back to not listener. So I don't seem to be able to put data chunks on that, which I find kind of weird and annoying. Products, news. That was in July. So this was before that point, right? Cassandra's timeline, yeah. Fuck all of you government lackeys. So that's a while ago. But that's January, right? The activist thing. What? Wait, this is January 2017. Yeah. So she went to the activist thing here. Harrison O'Donnell. Okay. So if we go to people, Harrison O'Donnell is part of Thought, I guess, but I don't think I can put that in. Alright, I guess let's try putting this in. Wrong profile. So, okay, fine. Okay, here we go. An alias name. You know people in the word. So many names, so many identities. Always good to record every alias, then we can match data chunks to people. Hey, look. Overview. The Thought. If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear. George Orwell. So we've got a whole lot of these things. Freedom is unfree. Cams everywhere. Isn't it ironic? We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. And then everyone predict yourself from the web. Alright, let's go back. January. So our thought's still free. Private. Minefield, private. So all of these just get archived? Yeah, fine. So you actually can't look at any of the others. That doesn't do anything, so it's really just this. We were there because we wanted a peaceful protest. In conflict of what? Data chunk. Here we go. Our thought's still free. German folk song. Yep. And yes, immigrated to the nation in 93. Hey Goldfells, interesting name by the way. Save your IP. And then, yes, spam. Typical. So that's all 2012. That's like our very first thing. Goldfells. Just a member since 2012. Okay. Freedom is free. When founding the log years ago, yep. Has an adverse attitude towards violence. With an unknown data chunk. So I can't put that in because unknown data chunk. Yesterday's question. Okay. None of these seem that relevant. And obviously it says it's in conflict with something. Aha, she's posted something. Finally, someone had the grit and explosives to show how futile surveillance is. Thousands of cameras pointing at the target and the bang still happens. Haven't laughed like this for ages. What now, Mrs. Delacroix? What now? Really, Cassie? You laugh at people being killed. You're out of your mind. Let's disable that chunk. And go back to the other one. So this is also this thing of like we're feeding someone else information. Literally can't show that chunk. Interesting. So we're basically trying to feed information through that we to our advisor. We've always been against violence. This is infuriating, right? That there is a unknown data chunk that prevents us from doing that. Where here, there's no data chunks. So that's a bit weird and a bit frustrating. At some point, I'll figure it out. I guess not today, though. Today, I'm going to stop and go to bed. But this is interesting. This is a really interesting, like, abuse of power kind of dynamic that we're at here. And I like it. Like, I like some of the systems involved here. And especially that dynamic of, well, this has this whole who guards the guards thing. So in theory, we are a regular person that has been asked to investigate this. We get to look at all of the private information. We get to spy on people, but we don't get to make the decision. Instead, we pass it on to another observer who we get a conversation with, but they never get to see the source materials. They get to see the summary, and we prepare the summary so we can easily choose to include certain information and not others. And that highlights that people are filters. Filters are not precise. Filters reflect the biases of who created them. From the fuzzy filter of just a person and a conversation. If I talk to you about something, I will talk to you about what I think is important, and I will skip the details that I didn't bother to remember or that I don't think are important unless you ask me about them specifically. And I see this all the time in support, right? Because people don't know what's important when something goes wrong. So they will tell you information that is irrelevant. They might tell you what they think caused it, and sometimes that's useful, and sometimes it's completely useless. But they'll omit details that either seem obvious to them or just don't seem very apparent to note down. Like if you say something doesn't work, that's great. That tells me there's a problem. You probably wouldn't be contacting support if it weren't a problem. But it doesn't tell me how it's not working. And when it comes to a system, especially a system that involves a web server, it's not working could range from I can't log in to the web page doesn't display to when the web page displays, I get like a branded error message. All of these things are actually quite relevant information, but they don't necessarily pass it on. And then also, is it down for just you or is it everyone? Anyway, this is a completely separate rant and probably a sign that it is quite late and I should go to bed. So I'm going to leave it here. This is an interesting game. It's something that I think I want to keep poking at. I'm definitely not going to even uninstall it. I think I'd like to try and, see how long it'll take me to continue. And see you next time. Where, obviously, we will play something else. Probably something starting with the letter P.